If you asked 10 different people what they thought the Tampa Bay Rays name embodied, you would get at least 10 different answers. You'd hear about different locations and different ideas of what exactly Rays meant. Devil Rays, Sunshine Rays, Original Rays, a bunch of guys named Ray. It is a jumbled mess. And now, the city of St. Petersburg would like to add to this confusion by forcing the team to change its name from the Tampa Bay Rays to the St. Petersburg Rays. During the same week, Major League Baseball rubbed our noses in the beauty of the Montreal Expos team branding by pimping out a bunch of hypothetical Tom Brady Hall of Fame baseball player as an Expo nonsense. The league, well, its most forgettable team just may become even more forgettable. The Tampa Bay Rays name change is a bad idea. Here's why. Just about every kid who played Little League in the late 1990s wanted to get on the Devil Rays team. They had the coolest logo, they had really cool colors. It was that team as a kid you wanted to get the hat of. Things have pretty much gone downhill from that point for the franchise, at least in terms of a branding perspective. The Rays' current uniforms, logos, and color scheme are the sporting equivalent to motel art. The city of St. Petersburg, though, it believes the franchise, well, it isn't quite anonymous enough, and now wishes for the ball club to dump the Tampa Bay indicator in favor of St. Pete, a city that is, at best, the 11th most recognizable in Florida. Okay, so let's see if I can actually do this. Miami, Fort Lauderdale, Daytona Beach, Jacksonville, Orlando, Gainesville, Tallahassee, Tampa, Panama City, Pensacola, Wings of Gold. I'd also argue Epcot Center is more recognizable than St. Petersburg. It's not technically a city though, although I'm guessing some people may incorrectly label it as such. Anyway, teams changing the location indicator of their name, it's not really unheard of. In fact, in the recent video I did on the Washington Wizards, we talked about how that franchise opted to become the Capital Bullets for a season in hopes of covering a geographical region, and then changed it to the Washington Bullets a season later. We also have a very similar example to have taken place in the Sunshine State. The city of Miami essentially demanded the Florida Marlins change their name to the Miami Marlins to reflect the city as part of funding for Lone Depot Park. I'm sure local Miami officials certainly have no buyer's remorse on that arrangement. However, the most apt example for the Rays is probably the National Hockey League's California Seals. When the franchise began life in the WHL, it was the San Francisco Seals, then it went to the NHL where it became the Oakland Seals, and then it became the Bay Area Seals, and then it became the California Golden Seals. They just could never ever decide on a name. Of course, the hockey side did this over a span of a decade, and Tampa Bay's changes and lack of brand building has occurred over a much longer time period. That being said, the end result has been the same. You have two sports franchises groping around for an identity and never finding one. Changing from the Tampa Bay Rays to the St. Petersburg Rays doesn't seem like a good fix. In fact, if anything, it feels like it would make the franchise seem more minor league. At least folks have an idea of what Tampa Bay entails, what it stands for. St. Petersburg is an afterthought. Here are some fun facts in that regard. Anchorage, Alaska is bigger than St. Petersburg, Florida population-wise. Stockton, freaking California is bigger than St. Petersburg population-wise. Just a friendly reminder, Rob Manfred is cool with abandoning the massive Northern California baseball market in favor of putting a team in a city that doesn't seem to care it's getting a team in the first place. Let's not get sidetracked by that though. It's easy to see why the St. Petersburg government wants to have its city's name included as part of the franchise's identity. It's free publicity for them, it's free visibility for them. However, it is not in any way, shape, or form what is best for the Tampa Bay Rays. It's also just a pretty terrible look overall, not that Major League Baseball owners or Rob Manfred care much about that. Let's be honest, if the Tampa Bay Rays didn't even play baseball this season, would a majority of fans even notice? Like maybe those Yankee fans who love going to Yankees games when they're playing in Tampa Bay would care, but that's probably about it. Instead of being all persnickety about the club's geographical identifier, maybe this time and effort would be best spent in, I don't know, making the team's branding more memorable or at least more recognizable. Yes, I know there are some of you watching this video who probably like the Rays color scheme and logos. That doesn't mean they're good. I mean, let's be real. We live in a time where someone will say they like something no matter how bad it is. Overall, I think we can all agree the Tampa Bay Rays branding and logo, and really even their name, it's pretty boring. Changing the team's name from the Tampa Bay Rays to the St. Petersburg Rays or the St. Pete Rays, it's not going to help the team. In fact, I would argue that it's just going to be a net negative. Let's do a simple exercise though to prove just how terrible of an idea this is. What is the first thing that springs to mind when you hear St. Petersburg Rays? For me, it's single A baseball. It's not even a question. When I hear St. Petersburg Rays, I think super low level minor league baseball. Is that, St. Petersburg city officials, what you really want your town to be associated with? I think most of us can all agree, no, it's a bad idea. That does it for me, Shine Hollis. This is the Touchback, and as always, hashtag take it out to the 25.